Hey guys, how you doing? Desmond Collins here with tips and tricks. Look guys, I'm actually out here working on a 2008 BMW 528i, and basically what we're gonna do today is actually gonna give it an oil change. So what do you need to perform an oil change on the BMW? First of all, you need a good looking bloke like me, such as myself. You need a good pair of gloves so you won't get your hands oily and everything. Now, more importantly, what you're gonna need your filter. I'm actually using the STP S10075 oil filter. And you're gonna need 2 quarts of castor oil edge full synthetic oil 0W40, preferably. That's preferably made for European cars. And the reason why you're gonna need 5 quarts of it, because the 5 Series BMWs actually take 9 quarts when you do an oil change, guys. So you want to go ahead and pick up two 5-quart jugs. All right, one of the main reasons why people don't change the oil on their BMWs is because they can't get the tool to open up the oil filter. So guys, what I did, instead of me going out and paying BMW some crazy amount of money for the filter, I went to Walmart and found a Mack truck oil filter remover. I paid about 12 bucks for it, but that's better than paying 100 bucks for the BMW filter remover. So anyhow, guys, we're gonna cut right here. I'm gonna actually show you how this works, and let's get right into getting this oil change so you guys can know how to do it on your particular car. Okay guys, this is your actual oil filter right here. Like I said, cheap gloves, raggedy old gloves. This is where your oil filter is at in the housing right here, guys. And this is actually where you would put the oil in at. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and open this up first. Go ahead and open that up. And what we're gonna do now is just grab a hold of this. If you look here, you see an arrow going that way. That's for you to tighten it up. We're gonna loosen it, so we're gonna go the other way. So you just put the filter remover on here, twist it like so, and once it's loose enough, you can just take your hand and start turning it. It needs to be loosened up a little bit more. Let me grab one. And guys, what I would do if I were you, if you notice, I'm just kind of taking my time and grabbing it, turning it, grabbing it, turning it. And the reason why is because I don't want to damage my housing, you know, because like I said, once again, this actual remover is not meant for a BMW. It's actually meant for a Mack truck, but it still works the same. So go ahead and loosen this on up. And you can actually hear the oil starting to seep down and everything. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is just go ahead and remove the filter from the housing, and let's go ahead and get started with this. So we're gonna pause right here and come on back. I just don't want to waste oil all over the place. Let me get a rag and everything. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So now I got the filter ready to come out. I'm actually gonna pull it out, let the excess oil drain off, so I won't get oil all over my motor. And yeah, as you can see, this filter is well on its way of needing to come out of there. So we're gonna go ahead and just take this and sit it down here in the oil pan. We'll come back to this later on. So now that we actually have the filter out, and we actually have it open, we'll go ahead and go under the car now and go ahead and remove the drain plug and drain the oil out into the pan. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, as you saw in the photo, this is actually where the drain plug is located on the bottom of the BMW 5 Series. So what we're gonna do, we have 3 bolts that hold this cover up here. So what we're gonna have to do is go ahead and remove this cover. And what I'm actually using is a 5/16 ratchet to remove it. I mean socket and ratchet set to remove it. And what you want to do basically is put this in here. Now you can actually use an 8mm as well, but I don't have an 8mm with me today, so I'm using the 5/16. So just basically start twisting it. I guess I could have used just used a regular screwdriver end on it. Matter of fact, let me grab that, it'll make it a lot easier. Well, not using that either. I got my extension. Go ahead and loosen this up. After we loosen this up, we'll be right back. All right, guys, just wanted to give you a visual where the actual drain plug is. And the size socket you would need to actually remove this plug is a 11/16. Actually, when I take this plug, I need to put a new one in the next time I change the oil, because this one is pretty old, and I guess it must have been stripped when you know, before we got a little bit. But at any rate, 11/16 socket will get that out of here for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and remove this and let the oil drain out, and I will be back with you in a few. All right, guys, so now that since we're letting the oil drain out of the car, now what we're going to go ahead and do now is get the filter prepared to put back into the motor. So like I said, you want to get, if you're going to get an STP, you know, you can get Fram, or you can get one of the BMW specified filters. They all seem to work the same for me, but it's model number S10075, and you can actually back it up by kind of looking at the old one. This is the old filter. It says S10075, and here is the new filter, which looks slightly different. I guess it decided to change it, but it says it right there on the filter, S10075. So let's go ahead and pull the old filter out. And I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this in a bag. All right. Now you also get 2 gaskets, and you actually get an O-ring that you actually need to put on the drain plug when you put the plug back into the bottom of the motor. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and remove the gasket off of the filter housing itself. You can use your fingers, or you can use a needle nose pliers. They kind of get hard to take off, so what I normally do is I'll just grab them and just cut them. This one's easier to come off, so just take that one off, toss that one away, and then you have one more, and this one is a real pain in the behind right here. This one you may want to cut. Just because it's real slippery and things of that nature. See if I can grab it with my fingernails. I may have to actually cut this one. And I'm putting oil all over the place. I should have got the rest of the oil out before I started doing this, but never mind now. Alright guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pause and come back, because I don't want to mess up my housing. I'm just going to grab me a knife right quick and cut this O-ring off so we can move on with the process. Be right back. So basically what I'm doing, guys, is I'm actually going to just take my razor and make an incision into the O-ring, and then like so. It's ready to come off. Pull it off, discard it. Go ahead and open up my pack with my new rings in there. So go ahead and take this O-ring, slide it down over the actual housing. Should have had my gloves on, but I kind of like doing this with actually my naked hand. It just works better. So I want to take a little bit of oil and put on the ring as well. Now, I'm just going to grab the smaller ring that actually goes on the top of the housing. Take that one, put that on like so. And it's still got oil in it, so you just probably it's gonna lube up anyway. So once you got that done, basically what you do at this point is just take your filter. The old filter used to have different ends on it, but now they look just the same. So just basically take it, new filter. Let's see here, new style of filter. It's going. All right. And once it's in there, seated, you can proceed on with putting the actual filter back into the motor. So we'll go ahead and do that next. I'm gonna wipe my hand off, get some gloves back on. We'll go ahead and put that filter back in. Be right back. All right, so basically what we're gonna do now is just take the filter and put it back into the metal housing that's actually on the top of the motor. Let's go ahead and start screwing it in. And as it gets tighter, what we're gonna have to do is actually go ahead and get the filter remover. Kind of just keep going around until we get it fully seated on the motor. Just like so. Like I said, once again, I don't just take it and yank it around. I'm just gonna move in increment turns till I get it fully seated in there. Like I said, this is not the original filter remover for the BMW, so you probably got all these people who are watching my video right now saying that guy doesn't know what he's doing, he's using the wrong filter remover. Fuck you, it works. So anyhow guys, it's in there, it's locked in place. I give it one more extra tug to make sure that is it. So now what I'm gonna do is just hunker back down at the bottom of the car, go ahead and put the drain plug back in, tighten it up, and we'll move on from there. See you in a bit. Make note guys, I forgot to mention this, but please remember to change out the rings. This is the old one, needs to come off, this is the new one. You gotta change these out, because if you don't, your motor will leak. It will leak. I repeat, it will leak. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change this out and then get on under the bottom of the car and put the plug back in. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and just put the drain plug back in. Oil is very hot that's left in there. We're going to put the drain plug in and screw it in. If I can find the hole, let me get under there, find the hole. There it is. Fellas, if you don't know, you better learn how to find the hole. Trust me, she'll like that. The car too. So anyhow, tighten the drain plug back in. I'll go ahead and get my socket, finish tightening it on up, and I'll see you guys on top of the car. Of course, after you put the drain plug in, remember to put the cover back on the bottom of the motor, or back on the undercarriage, so you won't get any debris up in there. All right guys, I'll see you on top. All right guys, so now we're back on top, and I actually have my funnel inside the motor to actually fill the motor back up with oil. Got my first 5 quart jug right here ready to go. Like I see, you got to put a total of 9 quarts in here. I actually used a quart of this oil out of here in my Mini Cooper earlier, so therefore I actually have 9 quarts exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling it up now. So let's start putting it in. Well, first of all, let me unlock the bottom of the funnel so it can start flowing. And we'll be back after we get all the oil in the car, and we'll see you then. All right guys, so that's it. Basically, we got the oil inside there, your filter's back on, everything's buttoned up under the bottom. What we need to do now is just go ahead and close up the filler cap. Make sure we lock that in place. And that's it guys, nothing hard at all. We're changing the oil on your BMW, guys. Save yourself the money. I mean, the dealership is $125 to do a standard oil change, guys. Everything cost me right around $50 total. Well, actually, it was a little bit higher, about $60 this time around, because the oil was up a little bit higher. But I saved myself $60, and in the long run of doing it myself, guys. This is nothing complicated at all. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and haters, you can hate if you want to, but I do this so well. Desmond Cars, tips and tricks. Take care. Enjoy your day.